Hi YouTubers and YouTubies, it's me again. Thought I'd let you know all about my A1C test. I got to the lab where I had gone before to have my original blood drawn in August, which showed up at 350 for a glucose read. Again, that was quite normal for me. That is not healthy. That is very, very dangerous. If you're all type 2 diabetic or type 1 diabetic because of the weight and you are supposed to be checking your glucose, I would highly recommend that you try to drop the sugars because it is a very big risk factor. It is a silent disease that you don't feel is affecting you. You don't know that it's doing anything to you. But beyond that, we go to where the lab was and look on that door to get ready to go in, and it says it's now a physical therapy. So we're like, well, where's the lab at? We were told to come downstairs to the lab. So we had to look at the wall thing that tells you what all the offices are and everything, and it said that the lab was now located behind the elevator. So we go over there, and it wasn't open yet, and we're waiting, and they finally open up a real teeny tiny little place. I liked when it was in the other one better, but anyway, I don't get to choose where they go. So anyway, we go over there, and we're standing there, and we tell them that we're there because I need to have a blood draw for A1C. And they say, what kind of insurance do you have? And we said Aetna, and they go, oh, which kind of Aetna? We don't know. It's just Aetna. Here's the card. You figure it out. Well, if it's PPO Aetna, we don't take that. Okay. We don't know if we have PPO. Does it say NPA or whatever the letters were that they were saying? And we were like, no, it doesn't say that anywhere on our card. You see my guy, Lizard? He's, I don't know what his deal is. He does that all the time. Anyway, he's fed. I gave him a whole bunch of crickets. They both ate. They're all gone. The crickets, and there was like 20, 30 of them in there. They're all gone. Anyway, they say, well, no. If you don't have that NC, whatever it was, or NP, or NAP, or NPA, or whatever the letters were, on your card, then you have to go across the street over there to that big building. And we're like, what big building? When did all this happen? We were told upstairs yesterday to come down here. And they were like, no, we've had to wait. This happened. Oh, I went to the hospital across the street. Let me back up. I went to the hospital that's right there where the offices are, but on the other side of a parking lot. You know, there's two separate areas. There's an office, and then there's this hospital area. So we arrived at the hospital area where we were told that on at the end of December of last year, which was just a few months ago, that they no longer take Aetna. and which is crazy because Aetna's a really good plan. I don't understand this whole government stuff and the insurance stuff is all weird to me. So thank goodness I'm not in the field where I have to deal with it, because I would be screwing somebody's stuff up if I had to. So I'm not going into the field to be trying to do that. So anyway, so we of course go over to the place where we thought the lab was, and saw the sign that said it's now behind the elevator. And they're like, you gotta go across the street over to that big building. I'll show you where it's at. So the girl walks me over to the front door, and she says, you see that big building across the street over there? And we had just drove up. The ambulance and fire departments were over there for whatever reason they were there. So I was like, you mean that one where that fire engine's pulling out of there? And he's like, yeah, that one. DLO, that's the lab, is over there in that building. Okay, so we hop into the car and go across the street. Oh, and before we left, the girl that was showing me that said, and her name is R with an I-ly on the end. I won't say her name. She says, and she's really nice. So I go over there hoping that R with an I-ly on the end, not saying her name, is over there. And it turns out she was the only one. So she took my blood and had like, I don't know, 2 or 3 vials of it, and was the only one that was there. I was telling her she could, if the A1C was wrong, she could switch it out and just get her own blood and make it look right. She knew I was kidding. I'm only kidding. I'd never do that because that's dishonest and not right. I'd rather have my own work there, because in the end it really matters that it's yours anyway, because if the records don't reflect the same thing in the end, then, well, it doesn't matter that you cheated in the beginning. So she had my blood, and I asked her when we could know those results. This is Friday, because today is Saturday. And she said, oh, we won't know anything until Monday. So, folks, I don't know if my A1C was right within the pattern or not within the pattern. We'll know on Monday, and I'll probably have a video about that too. Anyway, beyond that, I also had to do an EKG and a lung test. So we go back over to that other place where the office used to be, and go upstairs to where my doctor's office is, and we go in there, and very slow. I was the only one there. They did their EKG on me, and everything looked fine. And I also had a lung test done where I had to blow into this thing. It looked like a breathalyzer. I'm telling you that. I've never done one, but that's what it looked like from all those cop shows I watch. You know, bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? I've actually seen them. Inner Circle, that's about a 12-minute song when they play it live on the stage. Long thing. Anyway, they you know, when you're watching that show, how they make the people breathe into the device they hold in their hand, and they have this like tube thing they blow into. So she said, take in a big breath of air. I mean, really big breath of air, and then you're gonna blow. And so I went, it felt like forever. We were watching that thing go up. There was a marker that I had to hit, and she said, now breathe in real quick. And I did that, I think, 3 times. Then I said, well, did it come out right? And she said it came out fine, and my EKG was fine. So at least my lungs and my heart are good. Even still, I have this device that at pre-op orientation, they're going to remind me that I need to use. So I still have this ready for it to be used, waiting for that 10 days before my surgery to happen. We're still praying for us to be able to get $2,000 from someplace. I'm praying and praying and praying that God delivers the taxes before Thursday, because this Thursday is when I need to have that money. I'm just leaving that to God. I'm not even going to stress myself on that. Beyond that, I wanted to show you one other thing that I got. When I was there doing the EKG, they gave me the latest in fashion wear. They said I could take it home. What you can't tell because I'm sitting in my seat is that this is like a kimono without the belt. They gave me a paper kimono, and they said I could keep it. So I told them, because there are several of them in the office that watch, that I would keep it, and I would show it off to the people on YouTube and say, look at my new fashion statement. I have the paper kimono. That's the newest thing. So if you happen to get a paper kimono, consider yourself lucky. It happens to be the newest trend in paperware, and I am proud to be one of the first people to be able to display it for you. It's really just a piece of paper. Feels almost like fabric, though. Just a piece of paper that is kind of poncho-like. But anyway, I thought I'd show that to you, and I told them I would do that. That's it for now. I'm just waiting on the taxes to come in, and processing the fact that Thursday I do the pre-op, and without the $2,000 up front, I don't know that we can do this surgery right now. And probably not this month, and after the end of this month, we don't know what the status of the surgery, what the status of my husband's insurance will be anyway. So I've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 4 days. Well, technically Thursday if it drops in at midnight too. 5 days with the midnight drop for that to happen. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting right now and waiting. And I don't know if it's coming in then. I don't know if it's coming in later. But it sure would be greater if it was closer to the time frame instead of after the time frame, if you know what I mean. But anyway, I have plenty of time left over. I thought that I would say hello to all my new YouTubers out there who've recently signed up. Again, saying hello to my doctor's office. Hi there, everybody who I accidentally have mentioned, and those who I have pseudo-mentioned, and those who I will not mention. Not for any bad reasons, but simply because you might not want your name mentioned. I don't know. I think you're all great. I hope that I'm informing people of all the steps that I've had to take so that you get a well-rounded view of what actually happens in this process. I try to explain everything. Now, I'm unique because I have diabetes, and that is a factor I have to add into everything when I'm explaining it. If you don't have diabetes, you do not have to listen to those parts, but it's good for information in case you do get type 2 adult onset diabetes brought on by weight gain. If you have any questions, feel free to email me on my YouTube page. I'll be more than welcome to answer them if I can. If you have any comments, please share. Anything that you would like to add or suggest that I do or don't do, that's welcomed as well. Thanks again for being loyal viewers, for my new YouTubers and YouTubies who've joined and watch and want to comment. You're all great and a wonderful support. Have a great Saturday. Bye.